So this is kind of, we'll say interesting. um, this is, let me scroll down. So my friend Bill, as you know, got to my house around, I don't know, the 27th of October, I think. Him and his wife are staying with us for basically a couple months. And we do a meditation together in the man cave with some of that music I talk about, shamanic music and stuff, playing together. Because the channeling I got said, you could do this with your friends, family together, it wouldn't be a bad idea. You don't have to just meditate alone. So, of course, Bill's like, yeah, let's go. So, that was on the 31st, October, of course, Halloween. We had a full moon. It was a blue moon, extremely rare. Last time I had that, I think, was 1947 or 1952 or something. And I also, myself, had a special session earlier that day with Woo Woo Dude. Just, I'll leave it at that. Very powerful thing. And then later that day, me and Bill did our meditation together. So that night, Bill, I mentioned this, had a dream that a friend of his, Jim, who has passed on a year ago, he's in a living room somewhere with Jim. And Bill's wife and Jim's wife are there in the dream. And Bill's kind of at an angle looking at him that way, and Jim's not looking back at Bill. He's looking more towards his wife and Chris's wife. Or Bill's wife, Chris. And Bill says to him, Jim, how are you? How's everything going? Because he knows, even in the dream, like, you died, but now you're here, so I want to know, how's everything? How are you doing? And he doesn't really answer Bill. He just keeps looking at the two wives, his own wife and Bill's wife. And he goes, I don't think he really said anything. And then I start pulling out of the dream. I'm going out of the dream. And right as I'm pulling out of the dream, my friend Jim says, wait till the 15th. After the 15th, he says, wait till after the 15th. That's when all hell breaks loose, or that's when, I don't know if the word was all hell breaks loose. It was something like, get ready for after the 15th. That's when stuff starts going down, or like stuff starts happening, like it gets crazy, or whatever. Those kind of words. That was it. Boom. One sentence. After the 15th. So Bill and I thought, well, probably he's talking about November. Today's the last day of October. If you would say the 15th, you wouldn't certainly talk about 2 or 3 months later, would you? How the hell would anyone know that? But if you said the 15th and we're coming up on the 15th, well, obviously, come on. It's got to be the month we're just entering, which would have been November 1st. So there's the 15th, November 15th. So yesterday, Sunday, was the 15th. And Bill's like, oh, anything interesting happened today? I'm like, well, actually, a lot of stuff interesting is happening every day right now. However, he didn't say on the 15th. Remember? He said after the 15th. And he goes, oh, yeah, that's right. True. I was like, oh, okay, so whatever. So I'm just looking at some tweets this morning after the 15th. Donald Trump has tweeted last night at 11:55 p.m., the 15th, so 5 more minutes, it'd be the 16th. And then again, he says, I won the election in capital letters on 11:55 p.m. And then this morning at 8:51 p.m., which I should go look at those certain letter of the alphabet boards to see if there's a 8:51 post and a 11:55 post, which there probably is, and see what they say. I'll check that in a second. But he says, last night, capital letters, I won the election, Trump. Today, this morning, 8:51, I won the election, not capital, but the I and the E for election is capital. Okay? So just interesting. He's letting you know. Again, that man has never said something that didn't come true. 2 hours ago, Tory, the insider intelligence community contractor lady, former whatever, I say former, I think she's former, is retweeting a Trump account that's not necessarily real Donald Trump. It is at Real Trump Force. Make America Great Again. This will be a, all capital letters, big week. So if Tori retweeted this, and it's not necessarily the official Trump account, if she retweeted this, and she did, she's letting you know, pay attention. She knows things on that level, if you know what I'm saying. Trust me. Our friend Antheo Shines a while ago said, if you're not following this account, you probably should, and tweeted to her original account, which got banned fairly quickly on Twitter, but she had another one. And it's tweet words. And it's not an S at the end, it's a Z. Tweet words with a Z at the end, not an S. On Twitter. She's retweeting. This will be a big week. And then there's Trump again. The fake recount 6 minutes ago. The fake recount going on in Georgia means nothing because they are not allowing signatures to be looked at and verified. Break the unconstitutional consent decree. So, I don't know. I'm just saying, I think some things might be going down this week, as a matter of fact. And be honest, his friend didn't just say after the 15th, the week after the 15th. No, he said shit gets real after the 15th. So Bill said to me, Joe, I've not had a dream like that before. I come over to your place, we go do a meditation, I get a freaking dream of epic proportions that night. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty interesting, Bill. And at first we thought, well, could it be crypto? Crypto's been in this little side channel here for a while, not really doing much. Of course, Bitcoin popped a bit, but everything else is just, nope, not really doing anything. And he goes, maybe I wonder if he's telling, because he was into crypto. And I go, okay. But as he was telling me the story, my whole body was saying, no, this is like politics, Trump, big stuff like that. That's what I was, my inner gut, if you will, was telling me. Not to say that I don't know his friend. It's his interpretation of his own dream. He's got more say than I do. But days later, he spoke with the guy's wife, because she's alive, and they had a conversation. He told her, hey, I had this crazy dream. Jim came in, we were all there, and he told her what happened. And she goes, no, not crypto. She goes, nope, he's talking politics. He was a big Republican, and I think he was talking politics. Something, big stuff is coming for that. And I said, well, she thinks it, and I kind of thought it. Maybe we'll be right. Not that it mattered too much, I guess, because, if crypto started to pump again this week, we'd all be happy again because we could start getting back into that. And here's my thing. I've got dreams. I've got guidance myself from crypto. Everything for me has been silent for a little while, a good little while now. Silent, no information, no nothing from spirit, other than the one time after Bitcoin's done doing its little poppity-dop here, alt season should start to kick in. After that, I don't know how soon after, whatever, after that. That's what we were getting, I say we, me and Moo Dude. So, again, wouldn't be too upset if that was happening, but that's not what he meant. Get ready for this week. It's going to be crazy. And again, we may find certain rulings in Trump's favor that immediately flip, regardless of Georgia, whatever, boop, he wins. He got this state, that state, now he wins. Trump's got it. Dick Algar, 283 electoral votes go to Trump. Done, but we're not done looking into this because there's clearly fraud. So we're going to continue. Oh my God, Trump won by 300 something electorals, blowout. He won 48, 49, 50 states. Oh my God. And I'm going to tell you, this is just my own little gut feeling. If you look at this moron on the screen, let's take a listen. Let's take a listen, shall we? He's got a special message for you about the elite's global reset.
Building Back Better means getting support to the most vulnerable while maintaining our momentum on reaching the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the SDGs. Canada is here to listen and to help. This pandemic has provided an opportunity for a reset. This is our chance to accelerate our pre-pandemic efforts to reimagine economic systems that actually address global challenges like extreme poverty, inequality, and climate change.
And what I meant by this guy, I got my gut feeling, sneaky suspicion. The only reason he's been getting elected and re-elected or whatever is the same voter fraud, same voting systems we got a problem with here in America that are currently being exposed. Did you know, because Donald Trump replied to this person's tweet, by the way, hey, did you know so-and-so, I forget the guy's name, he's the CEO or president of one of these voting machine systems in question, and he's actually on the Joe Biden transition team. The president of this vote machine company, I don't remember which one right now, I don't have it in front of me. Oh wait, oh look at that, it's right there, it's right on the same screen. Right on the same screen! Dominion Voting Systems subsidiary Smartmatic USA board chairman is Vice Admiral Peter Neffinger, retired. Neffinger currently sits on Joe Biden's transition team. This is blowing wide open now, says Major Patriot. I shall like and I shall retweet. So, do you think maybe, I'm just going to ask, there's going to be some serious turmoil coming here shortly across the planet, not just USA, when the whole world learns that all of their votes, maybe not all, but a whole bunch that turned the election in someone else's favor, were due to these machines and these counting tabulators that all of a sudden in America we find they're fraudulent, it's rigged, they're caught. What would any other country have to do at that point? What would every other country that used any of these machines have to do, be forced to do? Their citizens would not stand for it. Because their leaders aren't going to be able to say, hey, no, ours weren't rigged. Ours weren't rigged. You guys really voted for me, Justin Trudeau. You guys really voted for me. Trust me. But Justin, you use the same machines that they used. And they're caught. We need a new election. No, we don't. No, trust us. These machines are okay. The people are going to flip out on their leaders when they find what happened in America could have, might have, highly probable, have happened in their area, their part of their country, whatever, their country. And people are going to absolutely demand resignations and or snap elections and etc. And then what's going to happen? Donald Trump, our certain letter of the alphabet. This is not just another 4-year election. This is worldwide, friends. This is how Donald Trump takes down the deep state. I always wondered how he'd do it. Is he going to send the military in? Is he going to get them for treason? Because, well, he can't get someone in another country for treason. They're not our citizens. So, war? Some kind of war act? You guys committed war against us by trying to overthrow our president? Oh, how's he going to get them? How's he going to get these guys? These other presidents, prime ministers? How's he going to get them? The vote rigging. It was systemic. It was worldwide. Uh-oh. Could that be it? I mean, maybe. So, it's going to be an interesting week, I think, and beyond. And as my insider told me, I'll go back to that. Let's go back and read that one more time. Never surrender. I tell him, if you're not able to say anything, are you able to give me any dates regarding this election that should be very interesting? My spider senses say the 11th and the 15th. He says that's a solid time frame. There will be very few boring days ahead. December 8th and 14th are two critical constitutional related dates and deadlines to factor in. Meaning Electoral College must cast their votes and declare the winner. So what I think he's telling me reading between the lines, between now, which was November the 7th, when I messaged him and he replied, to December the 8th and 14th, basically a month, there's going to be very few not interesting days ahead. Things have to get done before then, because we have constitutional deadlines to meet, where the president is for sure declared the winner in the Electoral College votes. So in my opinion, we're about to hear Donald Trump has got the numbers he needs, and he is the president. Will it be this week? Will it be next week? Will it be a combination of, okay, well, he grabbed this state and clawed it back this week? Oh, he grabbed another state on the weekend, and then next week he grabbed a third state. Oh my gosh, he's got enough votes. He's got enough of the Electoral College now. And then the liberals flip out, everyone flips out. Sleeper cells awaken, go, strike teams. And shit starts getting a little crazy. Or maybe a lot crazy. My thing to you guys, though, is I understand some of the stuff has to happen. It's going to happen whether you or I like it, want it to happen. Honestly, pray for it not to happen. Certain things are just set in stone that are going to happen. Some of it will probably be mitigated, but be prepared that we're going to have to deal with this stuff for a little while. And I think, again, as Woo Dude had said, if we can just get to springtime, a lot will have happened by then to where it kind of settles down to a certain extent. And my channel told me, channeling, we're going to have about 3 years of these sporadic little attacks, and it's not just for America, like there'll be across the world, these little cells. Well, I don't think there'll be huge events, personally, like another 9/11, but, I mean, we don't really know, do we? Just little incidents. Remember my dream. Large gas canister. I thought it was a propane tank. Huge, 2,500 gallon, 5,000 gallon size. I thought it was on the ground. It might have been on the back of a tractor trailer, moving. I don't know, but it was stationary when I saw it. It was next to some building. Was that an apartment building? Was it a work office? I don't know. And someone was filling with it, doing something so that they could set off a charge or do something to it to where it would explode. That is what I saw. I had a dream 3 times now. Slightly different. As you know, my house was being burglarized. Yesterday, effing riffraff comes over pretending to be a plumber. Comes inside my house because our friend let him in thinking he was legit. He's wearing freaking flip-flop sandals, jabroni clothes, no kind of insignia about being a plumber, nothing. No plumber truck, no plumber tools. Police came, got his ass down the street. Spirit stopped his truck. My spirit guides, I'm telling you, stopped his effing truck. Newer truck. Has no business not running. Was stalling out constantly as he got to the end of the road by the stop sign. I was able to get the cops there before he could leave. He would go 10 feet, truck would stall. He'd wait a little while, try it again, 10 feet, truck would stall. 10 feet or so, 10 truck would stall. That was it, over. And now riffraff truck is at the end of the street right now. What I'm telling you is, and you should know by now, the number of times I've come out here and said, hey guys, I had a dream of... And I think it was prophetic. Boom, it shows up. Yes, it was prophetic. A short time later, we didn't have to wait long, did we? So, my last dream about this terror event stuff is, I'll tell you, I'm going to go look right now on YouTube, my videos, about this terror event that I dreamed about. In other words, if I'm having these things, they pretty much are letting me know, in your near future, Joe, this is going to happen. Now, granted, the flooding thing, I think we've got some serious time for, because if you remember, 2 years ago, I got the first dream of flooding. Huge tidal wave coming over where we live, That was 2 years ago. Now I've gotten some recently. My wife has now gotten 2. And I don't know if I told you guys about her second one recently. I think I'll do a video separately on that one right after this. So I mentioned my drive dream. I said, wow, how's this for a dream? My wife and I both. That was on November 11th. That's not the one, though. Okay, so this one on November 6th. Had a dream of a sleeper cell terror attack. That was November 6th, folks. In my opinion, gauging myself with these dreams and things that I've been having, it's close. It's coming close. Okay? Very close. It's going to be here. Again, my opinion. So if the election is overturned here this week, next week, whatever, etc., sleeper cells, woo dude got that vision, dream. Actually, I don't think it was a dream. He got a vision out of that, where he said, Joe, they're showing me, and we did talk about this in his video, in the live stream we did. And by the way, we're probably going to do another one here in the near future, another live stream with him. He said, they showed me bars to a cell, like a jail cell. I looked inside, and I could see what looked like Chinese people, Asian, Middle Eastern type, as well as like Mexican, like drug cartel, MS-13, you know, those types of people with the tattoos and everything. And one by one, he said, I think he said I heard a clap, and each time like God clapped, or you know, for his sign in the dream, one would awaken. It's go time. Next one, well, time to go. So I think you're gonna start experiencing these things. It's gonna get a little chaotic, but it will go away. And I think the initial thing will probably happen up front. Arrest, things will happen, it'll settle down, there'll be a few more, right? So it'll kind of peter out to where it happens every great once in a while by the time we get 2 or 3 years from now, where, oh, it's just every great once in a while. That's what I think. But again, we have to go through this. Great changes coming. The deep state's not just going to give up. As you can see, they're fighting like hell to get Biden in there. It's not going to work. Trump's got this. It's over. He won. And he's telling you today, and again, that girl retweeting, big week ahead. My friend Bill's dream, after the 15th, look out. Something like that was the words. Look out. After the 15th, boy, look out. I think those were actually the words you might have used. Something like that. Yeah, so I'm going to do a second video here real quick about my wife's other dream and my dream with it. Because I also had a dream the same night with her. And part 2 of flooding. And I'll do that next.